get through. And then I also know on the reverse side, people who maybe live in a small house, who buy clothes at secondhand stores and run the car until it completely falls apart, who have more than enough to get them through life. So, outside appearances can be deceiving. I'm sure that most of you have noticed by now that I'm not exactly wearing what I normally would wear on a Sunday morning. And I was very intentional about that because I really wanted to make a point at how easily we judge based on the outside appearance. I am sure that there are some of you who were totally appalled that I would wear this to preach in. This just doesn't seem like appropriate attire for a pastor, right? I mean, outside of the youth group, I would always dress like that. And then there's others that probably figured, oh, she's probably going to make a point, which you were right, huh? And then there's others that probably would say, hey, now this I can get into. I could handle coming to a church where the pastor dresses like they dress at home and being comfortable, which, trust me, I'm not comfortable up here. I am still as nervous as heck, but that's okay. But it drives the point home that we make judgments. I don't like that we make judgments. I don't like that I make judgments. Because I can't say that if I were sitting in that pew watching a pastor dressed like this preaching, that I wouldn't have made the same judgment. But it's the reality. So what can we do about it? I want to tell you a little story because I don't want us to be so focused on that it's only about outside appearances that we make judgments, but it goes deeper than that. When I was just about 2 years ago, every once in a while I like to get out and, spend time with people I don't even know, that don't know me. In those cases, I won't even tell them I'm a pastor unless it's something that they ask what I do or that kind of thing. So in this particular, it was a Saturday. It was just kind of a volunteer situation. And so I was gathered with these people, and obviously the other people pretty much knew each other pretty well. I could tell that just by the way they were conversing and talking and laughing. And they were having a good time and very welcoming. I enjoyed my time with them and was talking and laughing with them, and I'd ask some questions and stuff like that. Well, as the evening progressed and it got later, some of them decided, hey, let's go see a show after we're all done, let's go off, and so they invited me to join them, and I said, well, that show is probably not going to get over till about 2 a.m., and I don't think I better go. That's a little late for me. I have church in the morning, and they go, well, you could always skip church. And I start laughing and I go, well, I don't think the congregation would look too kindly on one of the pastors skipping church. And they're like, what? You're a pastor? And I go, yeah, I'm one of the pastors. And so they just, the comments that came after that were just kind of funny because, they had been sharing openly. There was no subject that was off the table. And so they were kind of a little embarrassed, I think, by some of the things that had been shared. And so I just said, no, I'm one of the pastors. And then one of the ladies said to me, I just can't get over that you are a pastor. And she goes on to tell me about an experience that she had as a child. She had been attending church with a relative, not with her parents. She did not live with her parents. And apparently there was something about this relative that the minister of that church decided he didn't like about this person. And basically what ended up happening was the minister went to this child, probably upper elementary at that age, and said, "You are just like your relative. You are not welcome in this church." And it took everything within me not to just get up and hug her, because I can't imagine as a child being told I'm not allowed to come to church. And my heart broke for her. But then the other thing that happened was I got angry, because I didn't realize that church was only allowed for perfect people. I shouldn't be coming, because I'm not perfect. I got junk to work on, and I'm trying to work on it. But see, it's those things. It can just be the littlest things that somebody says or does that creates a message that says you're not welcome. And she hadn't been to church since. It did feel good when she said, "I'd actually come to a church that you were a pastor." and I welcomed her too, but the hurt that happened way back in that child, it's not easy to get over. Mercy. Mercy is what is supposed to win over judgment, especially in a church. I don't want us to be like that church. I want people to be able to come and feel welcomed. That they don't have to be perfect. That we're going to walk alongside them. Because we all mess up. And we all have to pick ourselves back up and start over again. It's what Jesus' message was. You can begin again. The sinners that he confronted, he didn't say, "Sorry, you messed up. You're out of here." No, he told them, begin again. And we might have to do that every single day. Begin again. But we can do it. And we can welcome others to join us, to be real, to expose that we aren't perfect. In this shirt it says "Together." By the way, it's the Church of the Brethren shirt. Thought I could get by with it just a little bit better if I wore a Church of the Brethren shirt. But we are in this together. Let's let our guards down. I know that's not easy. It means that we have to expose ourselves. We have to be honest about our faults. But I think that's the church that James is wanting us to be. A church filled with mercy.